ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम्। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं श्रीगुरवे श्रीसत्यसायिनाथाय नमः। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं श्रीपरमगुरवे श्रीं शिरडिसायि नाथाय नमः। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं श्रीपरमेष्टिगुरवे श्रीदत्तात्रेयस्वामिने नमः। सद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। हरिः ॐ। बालरविद्युतिमिन्दुकिरीटान्तुङ्गकुचान्नयनत्रययुक्ताम् स्मेरमुखीं वरदाङ्कुशपाशाभीतिकरां प्रभजे भुवनेशीम्। ॐ नमश्चण्डिकायै। ॐ ऋषिरुवाच देव्याहते तत्र महासुरेन्द्रे सेन्द्राः पुरोगमास्ताम् कात्यायनीं तुष्टुवुरिष्टलाभाद्विकासि वक्राब्जविकासिताशाख देवि प्रपन्नार्तिहरे प्रसीद प्रसीद मातर्जगतोऽखिलस्य प्रसीद विश्वेश्वरि पाहि विश्वं त्वमीश्वरी देवि चराचरस्य आधारभूता जगतस्त्वमेका महीस्वरूपेण यतस्थितासि अपां स्वरूपस्थितया त्वयैतदाप्यायते कृत्स्नमलङ्घ्य वीर्ये त्वं वैष्णवी शक्तिरनन्तवीर्या विश्वस्य बीजं परमासि माया सम्मोहितं देवि समस्तमेतत्त्वं वै प्रसन्ना भुवि मुक्तिहेतुः विद्याः समस्तास्तव देवि भेदास्त्रिय समस्ताः सकला जगत्सु त्वयैकया पूरितमम्बयैतत्काते स्तुतिस्तव्य परापरोक्तिः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarvah Prachodayat. Offering our love at the lotus feet of the one and the only one that is resonating within us as same as I, so am I, Hamsaha, Saha, Soham, Hamsaha, Ahamsaha, Soham, as the breath within 21,600 times resonating as same as I and so am I, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Ishvara. We offer our love on this very beautiful Aradhana Mahotsavam day, and the very appropriately and with His grace and blessings, we are contemplating on Narayani Stuti, the 11th chapter, which is filled with this beautiful invocation of the Mother Narayani, Sai Narayani within us, Satya Narayani, the truth within us, Satya Devaya Dhimahi. This Narayani Stuti or Katyayani Stuti, Katyayani, the divine light, that takes us towards the path of resolution in complete evolving and mukti, liberation. And this liberation is not about death. The liberation is going beyond the confinements and the boundaries of the body and the mind, and offering ourselves at the lotus feet in complete surrender, so that our mind and our conscience becomes a constant flow of love and adoration in devotion to Sai Krishna, the one who is giving happiness to all, the one who serves all, and the one who loves all, and the one who attracts all, so that our mind becomes the Radha and merges in the feet of the Krishna. And this is Aradhana. And this Aradhana, we are invoking Narayani. And yesterday we studied the shlokas that actually invoke this mother, led by Agni Deva. Jata Vedase Sunavama Soma Marati Yato Nidahati Vedah Sanaf Parishadati Durgani Vishwa Naveva Sindhunduritatyagnihi. Indra and all these devatas go to this Katyayani. She is the one that showed up on the Himalayas when they first invoked her with that Aparajita Stuti. Now, after annihilation of all these demons, Dhumralochana, Chanda, Munda, Raktabija, Shumbha, Nishumbha, and now beyond all of that as well, then they're asking with their faces lit up in cheerfulness. They're praying to the mother and they're saying, O Devi, you remove the sufferings and you are the ones that are propitious to us and the mother of the whole world. You are the gracious one, the mother of the universe. Protect the universe, the ruler of that which is moving and unmoving, and the ruler or the substratum, Adhara Bhuta, Adhara Bhuta, Aradha Bhuta, Adhara Bhuta, Aradha Bhuta. Aradha Bhuta, the one that is the conscience, the Prakriti in everyone, and the substratum, the substance of everything. And you are the one that subsists as the earth and also as the love apam swarupa sthitaya tvayai tat apyayate kritsnamalangya virye, the unparalleled invictus one that is showering the grace as love that fills from Sahasrara to Mooladhara, filling us with this divine consciousness, and the one that is also the ever expanding aspect of Vaishnavi, the Vishnu Shakti, and the seed of the entire universe that manifests as the supreme Maya Shakti, and as the Maya Shakti, the one that is now attracting everyone, just like the gravity of the Mother Earth. We are bound by this Maya, and therefore, when we pray to her, she also liberates us from this Maya. She, as Maya, sustains, and she, as Mahamaya, liberates as well. She is the essence of all the different aspects of the knowledge, and also representing in the context of the Trigunas as the Stri, Stri, and endowed with various attributes. She alone is the only one that this world is filled with. Therefore, how can we actually invoke her in praise with words when all the objects that are manifested are from her, within her, and of her, and by her? There is no word to praise other than her. There is no other word that exists. Therefore, any word that you use in any awareness or knowledge is this mother's Therefore, nothing else is left to praise her. Vidya samasta stava devi bheda striya samasta sakala jagatsu tvayaikaya purita mambayaitat kate stuti para paroktihi. And with that, we lead into the next mantra, which is mantra 7. Sarvabhuta, Sarvabhuta Yada Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayini Tvam Stuta Stutaye Kava Bhavantu Paramuktayaha. Sarvabhuta Yada Devi. This mother is Sarvabhuta. She is the embodiment of all the beings that gives bhukti and mukti. Bhukti is not simply about bhojanam. Bhukti actually means the experience. Experience, whether it is pain or pleasure. In that experience, she is present. And she is also beyond experience, and that is mukti. If you experience something, that experience, in the experience she is there, and also we have to understand she is beyond experience, and that is mukti. Sairam, is there a problem with my audio?
No, uncle.
No,
Okay.
brother.
So therefore, she is the one that gives experience, which is bhukti, beyond experience, which is mukti. Tvam stuta stutaye kava bhavantu paramuktayaha. The same concept Brahma has invoked. If you go back and read the Brahma, that what Ratri Suktam, the Tantrika Ratri Suktam, you are already invoked. Invoked what? The fact that I am trying to describe you an experience, you are already invoked means what? The fact that I have awareness already has accomplished your praise, means my awareness is you. Therefore, when I become aware of you, what else is there to praise you? Tvam stuta stutaye kava bhavantu parama uktayaha. The ultimate is already accomplished in the awareness, not simply the knowledge, not just the understanding, the substratum of even. What this means is this is very deeply spiritual. You have to connect to this. If she is all, then you have to use word to express your thought. The thought itself is her even before the word. The shabda and the artha, the word and its meaning, both is she only. So she is yato vacha nivartante aprapya manasa saha. That's the Veda Vakyam, where the words fail to express and the thoughts do not exist. Even there, when she is present, she is paramoktayaha, beyond any expression. In fact, expression limits the divine. Words limit the divine. Therefore, the greatest realized souls, they simply remain silent. And in that silence, SAILENS, lens, the silence, see always inside lens, seek always inside lens, and in that, with that lens, seeking always inside, seeing always inside, you are connected to that that I am that, I am I, which is beyond any word, any thought, any expression. And that deep within, she is apara, para, pre, para, pratyakshiti rupa, pashyanti, paradevata. सर्वभूता यदा देवी भुक्ति मुक्ति प्रदायिनी त्वं स्तुता स्तुतये का वा भवन्तु परमोक्तयः. This is aradhana. We are doing aradhana. Just contemplating on the shlokas today, we are 100% involved in aradhana. Sarvabhuta, Satish Radhakrishna. Sarvabhuta yada devi bhukti mukti pradayini.
सर्वभूता यदा देवी भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी सर्वभूता यदा देवी भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी
त्वं स्तुता स्तुतये का वा भवन्तु परमोक्तयः.
त्वं स्तुता स्तुतये का वा भवन्तु परमोक्तयः त्वं स्तुता स्तुतये का वा भवन्तु परमोक्तयः
सर्वभूता यदा देवी भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी त्वं स्तुता स्तुतये का वा भवन्तु परमोक्तयः.
सर्वभूता यदा देवी भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी त्वं स्तुता स्तुतये का वा भवन्तु परमोक्तयः सर्वभूता यदा देवी भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी त्वं स्तुता स्तुतये का वा भक्ति त्वं स्तुता स्तुतये का वा भवन्तु परमोक्तयः
सर्वस्य बुद्धिरूपेण जनस्य हृदि संस्थिते स्वर्गापवर्गदे देवी नारायणि नमोस्तुते. Lot of people, when they are chanting these shlokas, they are putting Swargapavargade Devi Narayani Namostute. That is incorrect. You should not put dirghas on Devi and Narayani. So when we are chanting this, Sarvasya Buddhi Rupena Janasya Hridi Samsthite.
सर्वस्य बुद्धिरूपेण जनस्य हृदि संस्थिते सर्वस्य बुद्धिरूपेण जनस्य हृदि संस्थिते
Kana, the first one is Rupena, the next one is Jana, na, not Erna. So it is Janasya Rupena. Sarv, then, so we have to distinguish between the two. Okay, one more time,
okay.
please chant.
सर्वस्य बुद्धिरूपेण जनस्य हृदि संस्थिते सर्वस्य बुद्धिरूपेण जनस्य हृदि संस्थिते
Swargapavargade Devi नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते।
स्वर्गापवर्गते देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते। स्वर्गापवर्गदे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते।
सर्वस्य बुद्धिरूपेण जनस्य हृदि संस्थिते स्वर्गापवर्गदे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते।
सर्वस्य बुद्धिरूपेण जनस्य हृदि संस्थिते स्वर्गापवर्गते देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते। सर्वस्य बुद्धिरूपेण जनस्य हृदि संस्थिते स्वर्गापवर्गते देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते।
O Devi Narayani, you are in the heart of all the beings in the form of intelligence. Swarga, Apavarga, they. You are the bestower of Swarga, Apavarga. And that Swarga, Apavarga, same thing as Bhukti and Mukti. Swarga is heaven, Apavarga is even beyond that. This is very deep to understand for normal people because you will always think that if you get heaven, that is it. You got the seat, and you are done with life. No, you are not done with life. If you simply go to heaven, it doesn't mean you don't have rebirth. This is very important to understand because we are thinking that all these there is entire religion established on the concept that if you pray to this god you will go to heaven, and therefore let us all get to the ticket to the heaven. Once you exhaust that good karma that you have accumulated, and then you get the opportunity for a paid vacation to heaven, and when that paid vacation is done, you will come back and you will do the same job, whatever that is, reporting to a boss, and the whole enchilada again. What is the context of how this buddhi is invoked in this mantra and this beautiful Narayani? Narayani. What does this word Narayani mean? This is called Narayani Stuti. Narayani, O Devi Narayani, you are the one that is present as intelligence in the hearts of the people. And to you, Narayani, the bestower of both enjoyment or swarga and apavarga, beyond that. That means beyond that is apavarga, means there is no coming back. There is nothing, it is done. You're done. There is no coming back and going. Swarga is still coming and going, but yet you go beyond the coming and going. That is bestowed by her as well. And to that Narayani, we offer our salutations. To you, my salutations. Namaha Astu Te Sarvasya Buddhi Rupena Janasya Hridi Samsthite. So, what is it saying? Your intellect that is located in the heart, that is the closest to that awareness, and that intellect will guide you on the path of the karma path. And when you are guided by that, on that path, The buddhi, the charioteer, will take you on the roads that are already paved based on your karma accumulation, and therefore what happens? It will take to places where the buddhi karma anusarini. But when that buddhi is directed by the supreme consciousness, dhiyo yo naf prachodayat, then when it is illuminated, propelled, expanded by that divine, resplendent effulgence, the life sustaining force pervading the gross, subtle, and the causal, then you get beyond this karma business. Everything is total presence, no images, impressions made. You are in complete attention, arrested. You understand the two words? Swarga is tension, Apavarga is attention. Swarga is resting, Apavarga is arrested. Rested, arrested. Before that, there is another stage. If your intellect is not guided by the supreme effulgence, you will be rusted. There is rusted, rested, arrested. Rested is tamoguna. Rested is rajoguna. Arrested is sattva. You are arrested in this supreme awareness of the mother. So therefore, your intellect is in 100% synchrony with that Narayani. What is Narayani? What is Narayana? Narayani. They are not wife and husband. Huh? I heard some translations saying that Mahalakshmi is a Narayani. That Mahalakshmi is different from the Lakshmi, the concept of Narayana. The definition or the dhatu or the etymological origin of the word Nara. Nrunati gacchati iti naraha. Nrunati gacchati. Those that are born and are constantly changing or moving. So it doesn't necessarily apply to humans. Everything that is born and is constantly moving, churning all the time, that is Nara. And this Ayana also means the Ayani is the one that is the power behind the movement. That which is moved or moving is Nara. That which is moving the moved is Ayani, the Narayani. Therefore, she is now guiding and responding and moving the intellect. It can be any ways. It can be either towards tathati mamatavarte mohagarte nipatita mahamaya prabhavena samsara sthitikarina. She is moving. Therefore, what's saying? The movement of the thought, the fundamental Shakti behind the movement of the thought, that is Narayani. Narayani also means the source and the basis of all those that are moving is Narayani. She is also the destination. Now you understand, brothers and sisters. What a beautiful word this Narayani is. It is the source, it is the path, it is the destiny, and that which is taking you, moving us from this into this direction. The fundamental force from the source. that is moving all the beings, and it can be on the path of liberation, it can be also in the path of an experiential state. Bhukti Mukti Pradayini Svargapavargade. And now, this beautiful construction of that fundamental movement of the thought, if you want to quantify that, that's called time. What is time? What is time in physics? What is time in physics? Any physicist in this forum? Is there a physicist in this forum? Even if they're not going to answer, I guess. What is the definition of time in physics? अरे chat GPT में डालो यार. Put it in chat GPT, it will tell you. Put in chat GPT what is time.
Distance into velocity, I don't know. Vaguely
Distance. Yes,
remember.
yes, yes, yes. You're on the path. What is time, Prabhakara? What is time, Ra? Miravar Sadhukar Murtikar, are you a physicist? You worked for IBM, which means IBM. I that is caught in body and mind is called IBM. You work for IBM? Where did you work for, sir?
IBM, yes.
IBM,
I'm
yeah.
from
So now I see, I don't have to tell, I can basically, so I that is bound by body and mind is called IBM.
IBM.
What does IBM stand for?
Moved. I've been moved.
Huh?
I've been moved.
I have been moved. Oh, that's so powerful. That's powerful. That's what we are talking about. Movement is what we are
Movement.
talking about. Yeah. I have been moved. That is IBM. I love that. Is that what's the tagline for IBM? Your
Indian business machines. International business. No. That was in 90s.
okay. Okay. So on a serious note, what is time physically? We're talking about physical time.
Physical, right.
Now, what is time physically? I think, um, yeah,
Mrs. Someone was trying to explain in terms of distance and speed,
yeah.
velocity.
Hmm. So what is that? Therefore, see, this class is not about some voodoo spirituality which nobody understands. We are really here and present. This is totally. This is not like some voodoo mantras that we chant and we go away and therefore we are liberated. That is not what this is about. This is 100% science, spirituality. Everything is associated in the same realm. So if you are present, what happened to Prabhakara? I thought he was there typing
It
some
is
messages.
quantifying the movement.
Ah, so what
Param
is?
is here.
Yes, you are here. What is the definition of time?
Time
IBM.
is,
He is also another IBM now. You see.
yeah.
Oh, oh, oh dear.
Okay, go ahead.
No, the time they defined as, I forgot this, uh, the time taken for, uh, I forgot what the atomic reaction is. So that is how they measure the time, and then they
What's
define. And all other velocity, acceleration, everything is defined in terms of time. Velocity is distance by time with direction, speed is distance by time. So everywhere, everything else is, so this is a time is one of the fundamental quantities that's defined. It is like, the mass for the
uh,
gram and,
yes? So
distance.
when a particle is moving, it gains mass.
Yes.
The mass of a particle in movement is higher than its mass when it is stationary. Yes. And
Yes.
the loss of entropy of a photon particle in distance, that is defined as time. The distance, the velocity of a photon particle in the context of time, and the loss of entropy associated with the time distance entropy, that is what is called physically time. And why am I talking about that right now? Because the next mantra is about time. The next mantra, kala, kashtha, adi rupena parinama pradayini vishwasya paratau shakte narayani namostute. The Narayani, who is in the form of Kala, Kashta, Adi, means and so on, Rupena, the one who is in the metrics of time and is responsible for the change, and that Narayani we offer our salutations. Now, this translation that you're seeing on the screen, minutes and moments and all of that stuff, it's not minutes here. Parinama means change. Pradayini, the one who is behind this parinama as measured in the context of time. Wow, what a beautiful. See, these slokas we are talking about, when these slokas or Markandeya Purana existed, before any of this theory of relativity or any damn thing has been discovered by any scientist, period. They didn't write these slokas after Einstein discovered theory of relativity. Do we all understand? And then there are metrics of time that are given in Veda. It starts with Nimesha. Nimesha. That's not the Nimisham. Okay, nimisham is minute. Nimesham is not minute. Nimesham means the time it takes for the eyelid movement. That's called nimesham. And that nimesham, if it is done 18 times, it is called kala. So there are metrics of time that go to microseconds in Vedic period. Are you all with me? Or did I lose you guys? Kala, Kashta, there is Truti, there is Lava, there is Kala, Lava, Truti, Kashta, Muhurta, all the way to Kalpa, defined in Vedic time. Microsecond time period to macrocosmic time in a Kalpam. How many of you remember we discussed this? When did we discuss this? We discussed this. Where did we discuss the time? Anybody remembers?
Chapter 1.
Where did we discover this?
Kalpante.
They were fighting for 5,000 years.
Huh? What is it,
When,
Swati?
he was fighting for 5,000 years.
No. That there we talked about Kalpa. There we talked about Kalpante. Kalpante. Vishnuhu. This whole episode 1, Prathama Charitra, happened at the end of Kalpam. And what is the time of a Kalpam, Sairama? Huh? What is the time period of Kalpam? Nobody remembers. See, I'm talking to myself most of the time. A
3 points,
Kalpam, huh? Sorry,
3
somebody
point,
say.
3.6 billion years. I had in my notes, so I'm just repeating.
Close enough. 4.32 billion years. That is a kalpam. The duration is defined as kalpam, that is 4.32 billion years, which represents a day for Brahma, Vishnu, and all this. The Yuga cycle is defined by the kalpas as well. So, the mother is fundamentally the cause of change. We were talking about thought movement, and the thought movement is represented by metrics of spiritual time, not physical time. So the time could be relative time defined by theory of relativity is common to all of us, but the spiritual time is not the same. The spiritual time that we are referring to, what is a 1 week for ordinary people, is equivalent to hundreds of years for somebody like Swami Vivekananda or an Adi Shankaracharya, where they are not subject to the time. They define the time based on the movement of your thoughts. Therefore, the person who is running around like a chicken head cut off, constantly under stress, has very less time. And it is also defined by the pattern of your movement of the breath. And therefore, if you breathe very fast, you will have limited time. Like a dog, one dog year is 7 human years. What is 1 human year in the context of a turtle? See, Find the Nemo movie. Recently, I watched with my granddaughter. Finding the Nemo. Uh, Finding the Nemo will tell you what is the time scale of a turtle. So, brothers and sisters, what is she doing? The mother, in the context of this particular shloka, the Narayani, she is the one that is the movement, and that movement of thought, which is the change in the thought, the velocity of the thought, and the distance with which the thought moves, that is spiritual time. So, what happens when you are thoughtless? What happens when you separate two thoughts? When you separate the distance between the two thoughts, two particles, I'm talking science. I'm not talking some nonsense humbug spirituality. Experiment with this internally. Two particles, the distance they travel and the velocity in the context of the two particles, theory of relativity. Now take each particle as a thought. If thought 1 is particle 1, thought 2 is particle 2, distance between those two particles, increase them, create the space between the two thoughts. You will have immense time in the world. You will never say, I have no time, I don't have time. Very powerful. And how do you do that? Practically, experimentally? How do you do that? You do that with your thought pattern, which is linked to your breathing pattern. And when you can actually breathe systematically, and the time it taken between an exhalation to the inhalation, when that is controlled and you create a longer distance between the two, you will have a lot of time. There are only two things that are moving in us. Only two things that are moving in us. What's the first thing?
Thought. Breath.
Yes, and the thought. Only
Thought.
two things. Spiritually, you know what these goddess, these two are goddess, as a mythologically, what are these two? There are two things that are moving, I said. The one that moves as prana is Gauri. The one that moves as breath is Ganga. Therefore, Shiva has two wives. Ganga Gauri. Era Balaji. వింటున్నావా? అర్థం అవుతుంది ఏమైనా? ఊరికే వింటున్నావు? ఏమైనా ఏమైనా ఎక్కుతుందా లేదా అని అడుగుతున్నా.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I can only talk to you all who are showing your kind faces and giving me darshan. All the rest in black boxes, I only see their names. They have no form. So, this kala kashtadi rupena parinama pradayini visvasya paratau shakte. And that power even to dissolve the universe, Vishwasya Paratau Shakte, Narayani Namostute. And the power not only behind the change, but the power to dissolve everything. What is very beautiful, Sairam? This is very beautiful, very powerful. The dissolution of the universe happens in thoughtlessness. What happens when you don't have? Does the universe exist without a thought? Actually, what is so linked with the thought is the beautiful the beautiful word. If the meaning is the thought, the form of it is the word. That is what we call, Kalidasa defined very beautifully as Vag Ardha Viva Sampruttau Vag Ardha Pratipattaye Jagata Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau. The Vak, the word is the mother and is the Shakti, and the meaning behind it or the awareness of that is the Shiva. Therefore, Shiva Shakti is the word and its meaning, the word and the thought. You cannot think without a word. Just do the experiment. Impossible. You cannot think without a word. If there is no word, there is no thought. If there is no thought, there is no word. And when those two don't exist, then what exists? What exists? Everything is dissolved. Therefore, this mantra is saying that dissolution, the power behind that dissolution is Narayani, and salutations to you. Am I bothering you all? Huh? Is this making any sense? Am I taking too much time on this? On this Aradhana day, we are talking about Aradhana is therefore one pointed thought which leads to thoughtlessness. That is Aradhana. What did we say? Radha is the stream of the conscience that is flowing into your heart and that emerges as one with that. Therefore, there is no second, and that is Aradhana. There is no second. The oneness is exactly Aradhana. And Bhagavan in Upadesha Saram, Bhagavan Ramana describes all of this very beautifully. आज्यधारया श्रोतसा समं सरलचिन्तनं विरलतः परं भेद भावना सोहमिष्यसौ bhavana if you get disturbance in the thought process on that one pointed focus, that ekagrata will merge into that divine. So this Narayani, salutations to her, who is the relative in the change that occurs as time and the timelessness in which thought dissolves. Vishwasya Paratau Shakte, the power of dissolution there means actually there is no thought that exists. So she is both the movement as in thought and she is the power of thoughtlessness, which is dissolution, aradhana. Okay. Kalakashthadirupena parinama pradayini.
कलाकाष्ठादिरूपेण परिणामप्रदायिनी कलाकाष्ठादिरूपेण परिणामप्रदायिनी
विश्वस्य परतौ परतौ शक्ते नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते।
विश्वस्योपरतौ शक्ते नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते विश्वस्योपरतौ शक्ते नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
कलाकाष्ठादिरूपेण परिणामप्रदायिनी विश्वस्योपरतौ शक्ते नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते।
कलाकाष्ठादिरूपेण परिणामप्रदायिनी विश्वस्योपरतौ शक्ते नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते कलाकाष्ठादिरूपेण परिणामप्रदायिनी विश्वस्योपरतौ शक्ते नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
Your voice is not good today. You didn't sleep last night or what?
My throat is not good today.
Yeah. So, in the context of units of time and the next beautiful mantra, most of us chant this very powerful mantra, which is Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvardha Sadhike Sharanye Triambake Devi Narayani Namostute. We think we know this shloka. We have, we understand, but the question is this beautiful, beautiful mantra it is, and then thinking about this or contemplating on this shloka on the Aradhana day is almost, I will tell you, like a mantropadesham, because this beautiful mantra is represented as uh, सर्वमङ्गला साई जननी पर्तिनिवासिनी परमशिवानी सर्वमङ्गला साई जननी मातमहेश्वरी. What's Matamaheshwari?
Durga Bhavani.
Durga Bhavani आदिपराशक्ति साई नारायणी जगदोद्धारिणी भवभय हारिणी सर्वमंगला साई जननी. That bhajan is nothing but the source of that bhajan is this shlokam. Look at every word. Sarvamangala Sai Janani Partinivasini Parama Shivani Sarvamangala Sai Janani Mata Maheshwari Durga Bhavani Adi Parashakti Sai Narayani Jagadotharini Bhava Bhaya Harini Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvardha Sadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. So, first and foremost, Gauri and Devi both are appropriate. Gauri means light, Devi means light. Gauri Mimaya Salilani Takshatyekapadi Dvipadi Sa Chatushpadi Ashtapadi Navapadi Babhuvushi E Sahasra Akshara Parame Vyoman. In that mantra, Gauri is actually representing the light, and what we chant as Devi. Div means light. So you can say Devi, Gauri, both are fine. But in the context of this particular chapter, Gauri is what they are referring to in the context of invoking, praising her. Therefore, it is Gauri in the chapter. Sarvamangala Mangalye. So again, we are talking about, O Devi Narayani, you are the auspiciousness in all the auspicious things. Sarva Mangala Mangalye. You are the auspiciousness in all the auspicious things. So, what are the auspicious things? So, we understand what are the question is then, what are all the auspicious things? There are several auspicious things that are described in Vedic texts. The first auspicious thing that is described is the Brahmajnani. Means what is an auspicious thing? When you are in the presence of that thing, you will have purity automatically in the presence of those things. The first one is a Brahmajnani, and the second one is the cow. Now, second one is the cow because they are both one and the same. Therefore, you say, Go Brahmanebhya Shubham Bhavatu. Brahmana there doesn't mean caste. It's a stupid interpretation of the lower mind. There, Brahmana means a Brahmajnani, the one who is completely awareness of the self, the Brahman. And similarly, the Agni, the fire, is auspicious. There is gold, which is considered auspicious. Akshaya Tritiya yesterday. A lot of women should have bought jewelry. Gold. మూర్తి గారు కొనిచ్చారు లేదా ఏం కొనలేదా ఓకే
మీరు అనగానే she looked at my face.
ఓకే
You put me into trouble.
So auspicious thing is gold. Why gold is auspicious? You see, if we say govu is auspicious, why gold is auspicious? Because the context of that is that which is undecaying is what is called Hiranya Garbha. Therefore, Swami calls us Bangaru, gold. The context of that is Atma is referred to as Suvarna, Hiranya, Suvarna, Brahmajnani, Gomata, turmeric, all the things that are obtained from the cow, Gokshira, Godadhi, Goghrita, Gojala, Gomaya, a mirror. I already said turmeric, a bilvadalam, the tulasi, a flower, and a sumangali. A sumangali doesn't mean just a married woman. Sumangali means the one who absolutely 100% follows the tradition associated with, from the dress to the character to how she represents as a role model of existence as a married woman is called Sumangali, not simply a married woman. Therefore, the auspiciousness present in all these things is Sarvamangala, Mangalye. Therefore, the mother is called actually Sarvamangala. So auspicious that any impurity that touches it becomes auspicious. Any negativity that touches it turns into positivity. She is called Sarvamangala because when we're talking about uh, Sadashiva Pativrata, that Sadashiva Pativrata, her chastity is so incredible You all probably already know this story. In the time of Ksherasagara Madhanam, there are so many auspicious that things came out. Like what we were talking about, Bilva Ruksham came, Kamadhenu came, all these things came. And suddenly when the halahal came, and that halahal, the negativity of the entire cosmos has to be consumed by someone, no one came forward, and it is this Saishvara who consumes this negativity of the whole universe. And then he, being a Maryada Purushottam, like any one of us, wants to take permission from the wife first. He went and said, "May I consume this halahal?" And then she said, "Go ahead, take it. Nothing will happen to you." Why she said that? She said, "I am Sarvamangala. With my presence, no negativity will touch you." That is the chastity of the mother. Therefore, this Sumangali, what we are talking about, is the one that is Sumangali, is Sarvamangala. For that chastity and the purity, even the negativity of the halahal will not affect that individual that is consumed in this world. You understand how powerful this is? That is Sarvamangala. Therefore, Shiva said, "Okay, I will consume the halahal." See, one is consuming the negativity, the one is positivity, but her positivity is more powerful than in the entire negativity of the universe. So this powerful mantra that we are talking about, it is a Maha mantra. And if you actually do sadhana of that mantra in the context of and with complete understanding of that mantra, I'm telling you, no negativity will touch the individual. Sarva Mangala Mangalye. And who is she? She is Shive. Shive. He is Shiva. She is Shive. He is Sivaha. She is Shiva. Sri Shiva. Nityaikyarupini. Shiva Shakti Aikyarupini. And that Shiva Shakti Swarupini, she is Sarva Ardha Sadhike. Sarvartha Sadhike. She will enable accomplishment of all, not only the materialistic benefits, but the spiritual aspects, like we talked about. And in her, we seek refuge in that Sai Narayani, Sharanye, Triambake, Triambake, Triya, 3 plus Amba, Triamba. What is Triamba? Triamba means one is 3 eyes. Amba means eye. And in that context, she is Shiva. She is Shiva. Triambake, 3 mothers. Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. In that context, she is Shiva. With 3 eyes, Shiva. With as 3 mothers unity, Shiva. What are these 3 eyes? The 3 eyes, what we are talking about. The first eye is the personal reality. Second eye is the relative reality. Third eye is the absolute reality. Divya Chakshu is the absolute reality. Now, I'm talking now 3 eyes. The first eye, who you think you are. Second eye, who others think who you are. Third eye, who you really are. 3 eyes. Hello? 3 eyes, 3 eyes. Ah, the first one is 3 eyes, EYES. Second one is 3 eyes, the eye, the personal eye, the relative eye, and the absolute eye. That third eye is the real eye, and that eye is Akshaya. Now you know understand what is Akshaya Tritiya? The first eye and the second eye decay. The first eye, who you think you are, decays. And that I is the relative body. The second I, what others think who you are, also keeps changing all the time. But the third I, who you really are, never changes. It is Akshaya. Therefore, it is Akshaya Tritiya. And what is the significance of buying gold on Akshaya Tritiya? Worshipping Mahalakshmi on Akshaya Tritiya? Because you will connect to that undecaying Sarva Mangala Mangalye, who is unchanging. She is eternal. It will come in the next sloka. She is changeless. And to this Narayani, we offer our salutations. And to this Sai Narayani, giving us this beautiful opportunity. All of you should repeat after me while Brother Satish is repeating. This is almost like a mantropadesham today. On the Aradhana day, chanting this Maha Mantra, Sarva Mangala Mangalye, is an initiation. It is an upadesham. Sarva Mangala Mangalye
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये
Shive Sarvardha Sadhike
शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके
Sarvamangalamangallye Shive Sarvarthasadhike
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके
Sharanye Triambake Gauri
शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरि शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरि
Narayani Namostute
नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
Sarvamangalamangallye Shive Sarvarthasadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
Sarvamangalamangallye Shive Sarvarthasadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Sarvamangalamangallye Shive Sarvarthasadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Sarvamangalamangallye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute Aparadha Sahasrani Kriyante Harnisham Maya दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व परमेश्वरि आवाहनं न जानामि न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षमस्व. Are you trying to project it, Sairama? Okay. अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व परमेश्वरि आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वरि मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वरि यत्पूजितं मया देवि परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे अपराधशतं कृत्वा जगदम्बेति चोच्चरेत् यां गतिं समवाप्नोति न तां ब्रह्मादयः सुराक सापराधोऽस्मि शरणं प्राप्तस्त्वां जगदम्बिके इदानीमनुकम्प्योऽहं यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु अज्ञानाद्विस्मृतेर्भ्रान्त्या यन्यूनमधिकं कृतं तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवि प्रसीद परमेश्वरि कामेश्वरि जगन्मातः सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहे गृहाणार्चामि मां प्रीत्या प्रसीद परमेश्वरि गुह्यातिगुह्यगोप्त्री त्वं गृहाणास्मत्कृतं जपम् सिद्धिर्भवतु मे देवि त्वत्प्रसादात् सुरेश्वरि यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व सायीश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व सायीश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष सायीश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री सायीश्वरार्पणमस्तु Om Sri Sai Ram. Let's see if there are any questions or comments from today's session. Okay, you can ask also online. Yes, 4.32 billion years. Okay, el tiempo es una ilusión producida por le. Okay, eternos. Okay, my brother is saying something in Spanish. I'll get to that. Anybody has any other questions? You're all blissed out?
Sharam, is it Sarva Mangala or Sarva Mangala?
Yes, sir. Good question. Both are correct. If you are a Telugu and Tamil person, it is Mangala. But in Sanskrit, it is Mangala. There is no la used in literary Sanskritam. Good question. Only exceptionally it is used in Veda mantras. I think I discussed this before. Agnimile Purohitam, there the la is used. It's not Agnimile, it is Agnimile. In Rigveda, the la is used. However, in literary Sanskritam, means Puranas, etc., it's always written as la, not as a la. Okay. Any other questions?
Anna, I'm thinking whether we can have the bhukti and the mukti together at
Yeah.
same time. Is it possible? Because if we are bhukti, if we are the experiencer, then how can we be at the same time with mukti? Because mukti means no thought or no kind of, I'm just contemplating how the both can go together.
Yeah. See, that is the beauty of what this particular sloka is saying. The mother, Mahamaya, can bestow both bhukti and mukti. No other can do that. There are devatas called mukti devatas. There are, like for example, Dakshinamurti. 100% spiritual realization. The bhukti aspect won't exist. And the upasana aspect of the mother, those that do the upasana of the mother, they will get both bhukti and mukti. Means both the experience and beyond experience. Don't take as bhukti as a relative world of what we are looking at as pleasures. You understand? Not the pleasure experience, the experience of the divine as the name and the form and the function, etc. And that which is beyond that as mukti is bestowed by this, by the by the grace of the divine mother. That is what it is implied here. They are not mutually exclusive as we are made to believe. Yes? Is that now you can sleep happily? Eh?
It's all
Where
about the
is
grace.
Swati? Okay. Now you can be happy. But now people are saying, oh, now I am good. So, Sairam. So what brother is saying in Spanish, my brother Elias, is time is an illusion produced by the succession of our states of consciousness. Everything is changing. Everything depends on consciousness. Okay, nicely put. It's not a question. It's a comment. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so today we have the Mahanyasam class as usual at 2 o'clock. Okay, if there are no more questions, let's close with Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam. Oh, yes, what Madhuri says, be in the world but not of it. Yes, that is a beautiful saying. Be in the world is experience, bhukti, but not of it is experiencelessness. How can we experience and not have this is a now I am going a little more deeper with your permission. You can always have the experience, but you don't have to carry the image of that experience. Having the bhukti, not carrying the image of that experience as like and dislike, is mukti. Hey Satish, am I making sense? Not Damaraju, not Radha Krishna. Am I making
Yeah.
sense? Huh?
Yes,
Can
sir.
you can you experience something and not have an image of it? Means carry that experience.
Very
Yes or
hard.
no? Huh?
It's very hard.
Very hard. But it's possible, no? It's
It's
hard, but is
possible.
it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Is it not possible, Swati? Is it possible or not?
Very difficult.
It's yeah.
And what I'm not saying how difficult it is. As Swami said, very beautiful. Huh? Simple does not mean easy. We are not talking about difficulty of it. We are asking the question: is it possible? Is it possible, Sudhakar? Is it possible?
Yes.
Don't say very difficult. No, I'm not asking how difficult it is. It can be difficult. It can be easy too. If can say, for example, can you enjoy the beauty of something but not carry whether you like it or dislike it? Hello, Sairam.
Yes.
Can you appreciate something beautiful and not flag it as I like it? It is possible. What happens if you put the stamp as I like it and I dislike it? What happens then? You are bound. You are bound. It is stamped. So the next time you see something similar, the stamp will come into it. That means you are bound by it. Liberation is not getting bound by something. That is what liberation is. Not some liberation means something happens, some extraterrestrial experience, and some light comes and you are dancing in the light. You became a light body. subtle body, this body, that body, nothing like that. That's total humbug. That is experience. That means you are now bound to that. You can experience something, but not be bound to that. Oh, by the way, the comment about subtle body is nothing to do with what you are all thinking as Sai devotees. I want to clarify that because some people are, devotees of that body, whatever body. Please don't take my comment associated with that. I'm truly talking about what we experience subtly within us. I am nothing to do with anybody because I am nobody. If I am nobody, how do I care about somebody? The whole point is to be nobody. That is exactly the teaching of Bhagavan. Be nobody. Because if you are somebody, you are bound. You are bound. And the most bound body is the husband body, or the wife body, or the father body, or this body, that body. Now you see, when you became somebody, there is a stamp. There is a stamp. Can you be a father and not be attached? Don't say it is very difficult. I understand how difficult it is. But can you be? Hmm? Can you be? Yes, it is possible. You can 100% be that, but not try to become that.
Well, it's not about mine or I like it or I don't like it, but there will be an impression, right? If I see a rose, so some impression will be there whether I like it or not. So
What is the
get
impression?
rose is beautiful.
Is rose beautiful or there is beauty in the rose?
Beauty in the rose. What is the difference? Rose beautiful or beauty in the rose? What is the difference?
No, I'm asking a question. Just think about the words that we use. Are you seeing the beauty in the rose or are you seeing the rose as beautiful? There's a difference, no? Isn't there a difference? The first statement is you are stamped on the rose. The second statement, you see beauty in the rose as the name and that form and that aspect of it is not associated. You are seeing simply beauty. And that beauty which exists not just in the rose, in every name, form, and function, there is beauty. And if you just keep seeing beauty, and that beauty is bliss.
That is not impression.
No, where is the impression? It's because there is no impression of the rose. There is experience of the beauty.
What if the rose is wilted, Shirisha? Then will you say, okay, the rose is beautiful?
The same thing that you called rose, that's a very beautiful extension build that Swati said. When the rose is wilted, you stop seeing beauty in it. So what has changed? The rose has changed, but the experience of the beauty has not changed. Are we connected?
And we should make that our duty.
Yes, beauty is duty. Yeah, thank you, sir. That's very enlightening. don't, it is simply that is what we are talking about. The experience of the rose is bhukti, and that the changeless beauty is the mukti, because the beauty has never changed. It's the physical rose that vanished or wilted. This is the lesson of so many great gurus. The story of entire Tulsidas is based on this principle. When he gets spiritual realization, and who from his own wife that gives him this realization. Tulsidas, read the story of Tulsidas. This is exactly the point she makes to him. You are seeing You are so attached to this body as beautiful. Don't see this body of your wife as beautiful. The moment you recognize the beauty in me, you will see the most beautiful thing, the everlasting beauty of Sri Rama. And therefore, that beauty never withers. This beauty of your wife withers. I am going to become old. My hair will turn gray. All of that stuff. Will you still see the beauty in me at that point of time? If you don't, you have just seen the beauty associated with the changing. But the actual beauty of which is attracting you, that beauty within me is called Rama. Ramayati iti Ramaha. That beauty is Rama. And then the moment he hears that, he falls on her feet and he says, "You are my supreme Guru." And that's it. He is instantaneously connected with the beauty which is Rama. And Rama, by the way, is also means woman. Rama, Ramana Lampata in Lalita Sahasranamam. Rama, Ramana Lampata. So Rama, Rama, this all means beauty. Once you see that beauty, there is no impression created because it is changeless. It is never withering. It is present in everything. Saundarya Lahari, stream of beauty becomes joy forever. Saundarya Lahari. Yes, this is a very beautiful discussion. Beautiful discussion. And it is our duty to be beauty bound. No bound. It is our duty to be beautiful. Be dutiful, then you will be beautiful. Jai Sai Ram. Okay.
Just now you said arrested in sattva, so we can be
Yes. Arrested. Arrested. In attention. Arrested in attention. Be aware, be arrested. Baba. Be attentive and be arrested. Baba. Be aware, be alert. Baba. This is Aradhana. This is what we are supposed to do as Aradhana. And that 100% attentive, arrested consciousness, if you give a name to it, it is Radha. It is sattvic in nature. Whereas that which is passionate but still, quote unquote, attached to that Krishna is Satyabhama. Yes. These are all not simply characters in mythologies, brothers and sisters. These are beautiful names that convey Satya Bhama, that truth, the effulgence that gives everything to everybody. That Satya Bhama means Mother Earth, and that is Satyabhama Earth Day, and today is Aradhana, which is Radha. And let us be both the Satyabhamas and also the Radhas for Bhagavan Sai Krishna. Jai Sai Ram. Swastif prajabhyah paripalayantam न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
Jai.
Jai.